Hey everyone, I'm back yet again, and today I have a special key that I want to give to you guys. And this was sparked by an amazing couple of hours I spent with some incredible human beings in my group coaching session this morning. So once a month, my group coaching team with the Limitless Potential, we catch up, we go deep, and it was really a powerful session. So shout out to those guys who were in this session this morning. For those of you who couldn't make it, the recording is now up. So you will get a ton of value from this session. And if any of you guys would be interested in group coaching, wow, it's an amazing, powerful experience to indirectly get coached through other people opening up and getting vulnerable, talking about the stuff that really matters. And not only getting the support from your coach, but actually other incredible human beings from all corners of the globe who really are reaching for new levels of their potential, and they want to see you do the same. So today's message is all about the key to breaking out of your comfort zone and getting what you really actually want. So I would love for you guys to drop me some comments, share this message with anybody you think might find it valuable, and let's get into it. So I was working with a couple of individuals today, and it was so uncanny, the similarities. So totally different people from, somebody was from Amsterdam, somebody was from here in Australia, and, total opposite ends of the globe, and total opposite goals or what they're looking to create, but very similar underneath and what was kind of limiting them. Okay, so that's what I want to talk to you guys about, because we all think we're so different. We all think we're so unique. We all think that we're the only ones battling our own problems, but that's because we're only living our lives in our 4 or 5% of our conscious mind. Our mind's capacity is conscious, and that other 95 or 6%, of our mind's capacity is all in the subconscious. But that's really what's guiding and directing our lives. So I have some processes that I use that allow people to simply and easily go deep with themselves and actually bring all that stuff up to the surface. And what I was finding was that we all get stuck in these loops, right? They're these patterns of behavior. It's a connection between an emotion that we experience, a thought or a belief that we're experiencing and thinking, and also an action that we take as a result in our external world, right? And we have many, like countless numbers of these combinations of emotion, thoughts, and limiting actions, right? And what happens is they're all interconnected, and they're all connected to the very thing you say that you actually want. So when we can go deep and we can get clear on what it is that you want, and say this has been something that you've been after for a long time, right? So for one of these amazing human beings, it was 10 years that they've been experiencing, this loop that they keep getting stuck in. And for another one, it was 5 years. For you, it might be 2 years. For you, it might be 20 years, whatever it is. But the thing is, we're running these patterns of behavior that are limiting us. They're limiting patterns that are preventing us from getting out of our comfort zone and reaching for what we say we actually want, right? So if anything is something that you've been trying to get towards, but you're not ever making any traction, guaranteed you're stuck in one of your loops, okay? So what we were able to identify, the similarity that I wanted to share with you with these two different examples was that at the end of the day, they might have had a very different goal in mind, and they had different ways that they showed up in the world. But at the end of the day, what was really limiting them and keeping them stuck in their loop of, those limiting emotions, thoughts, and behaviors, what actually it was their self-judgment. Because when we judge something, when we criticize ourselves, when we don't accept who we are, we end up recycling and reusing the same old limiting patterns. So using pain as a motivator is only ever going to get you so far. It might kick you into action, and you might get so angry and frustrated with yourself that you're like, finally get some action, going on. But at the end of the day, it's going to be very short-lived. You're going to have this stop-start kind of mentality, and you're not going to be able to sustain that level of energy. So you're going to fall back in the pit. You're going to, criticize yourself to the point where, you just fall into no energy, numbing out, whatever your patterns are, until again you get fed up with yourself, and then you kick back into gear. But what we really want to do, instead of having to get to that point and using the energy of anger and frustration to actually get something accomplished, what we really want to do is we want to do the opposite, and I likened this to, think about a boss, right? And think about, we've all had good bosses and bad bosses, and think about, the kind of boss who's constantly, nothing's ever good enough, you're never appreciated, nobody sees all the good that you're doing, nobody rewards you, right? How inspired are you to work and do your best? You're not, right? You're doing the bare minimum, you're just in there for the paycheck, and you're just planning your escape, right? And you're looking for what are your other opportunities. And on the flip side, if you have an extraordinary boss who sees you, who appreciates you, who sees your greatness and wants to support and encourage that and rewards you for the effort that you make, you're very inspired, right? To actually get into and give your best. You want to go above and beyond. And, we're talking about bosses here. You're your own boss. You've got this boss within you that's determining how inspired you are to actually break out of your comfort zone and actually do your best in life. And this is actually key. It's how you treat yourself when you're not operating at your highest capacity. So what we really need to do, and I learnt this from some beautiful new coaches in my life to take me to a whole new level in my own world, is that we need to accept our emotions. And this is kind of crazy, right? Because it's all the people I've learnt off from previously, it was kind of like, no, you get to choose how you feel, right? Snap out of it. If you feel like some sort of negative emotion, you just decide, I'm not going to feel that and I'm going to feel this instead, right? And that is actually very powerful, to know that you're at choice point for how you want to feel and how you want to experience the world. But that's one level of development. At some point, which one of these incredible human beings that I worked with this morning, you're going to get to the point where you've outgrown that past modality of personal development. And your next stage of development is actually going to be sitting at the cusp of what could be, right? Getting outside of your comfort zone and your current sphere of comfort, and you're going to have to do the opposite to what you've always been taught. Instead of, changing and shifting and choosing your emotional state, you're actually going to have to accept, own, and move through your emotional state, right? With no judgment, with full self-acceptance of the emotion. And it's a battle, but it's your next stage of development, all right? And this is huge for me and the work that I've been doing more recently. And then you're going to have to, instead of, judging yourself for the thought, and one of these amazing individuals today was seeing that they were like having a thought and then they were contradicting and invalidating the thought, and, all this stuff and all this judgment of their emotions, of their thoughts was going on, and flipping it around, which was keeping them stuck and draining away any clarity they had for moving forward. And it was just stopping them in their tracks, right? And so instead of the judgment, we need to honor that we have these thoughts, that we have these beliefs, not judge and condemn them. And finally, we need to acknowledge our limiting patterns of behavior that are connected to our emotions and our thoughts, right? And when we accept, we honor, and we acknowledge these limiting loops that we can get stuck in, only then are we actually going to be free of them. Only then are we going to be able to cut ties with them. And it's the same thing. It's like whatever we resist persists, as we know. Whatever we judge and condemn gets recycled and repeated on and on and on again. Okay? Whatever we avoid is just going to keep raising its head at us. Okay? So the way out is always to go through and move up, right? So So, and that's going to be different for each and every one of you guys. For both of these people that I'm talking about today, they all needed to go through this process of accepting, honoring, and acknowledging of themselves with courage to move forward, and that's really the key for you to get to the next level of your potential, particularly if you feel like you're just never progressing, you're not getting ahead, and there's things they're just keeping you stuck and you don't even know what it is. But if you're not achieving the result that you say that you're after, you're absolutely being driven by a subconscious emotion, limitation, and behavior and thought or belief, and a combination of those. And if you would love some help with bringing that to the surface, then I would really encourage you at the very least to join the Limitless Potential Academy monthly masterclasses. I've done an amazing deep dive workshop that you can apply to your life right now, and also group coaching where I get to work with you personally on that for a couple of hours, and you get to break through, so it's a fast track to your success. And tomorrow is the final day that you're going to be able to lock in the cheapest rates it's ever been at, and all the prices are actually increasing this coming Monday. So for the masterclasses, it's only $19 a month, right? It's super cheap, right? It's a no-brainer. You get access to full libraries, like 16 months worth of content for you to start churning through and step by step. And if you join us in group coaching, but you need to be a member of the masterclasses in order to join group coaching, because it's got a lot of the content that we work through, then that's only $58 a month. So the $19 is going up to $25. The $58 is going up to $65. That's all happening tomorrow. So if you guys want to be a part of it and you want to lock in that rate, once you're locked in, you can cancel any time, but whilst you're a member, that rate will never increase on you whatsoever. And everybody who's already part of the classes, you will, as long as you're staying in as a member, that rate will always lock in for you. And so it's a no-brainer to join and test it out. If you have been on the fence, now is the time. So you can reach out to me, let me know what you're interested in. So that is my message for you guys. I hope it's of value. Please do share it. And I definitely want to check in with you guys, see who's been able to join me. So say hi, let me know where in the world you're tuning in from. If you've got any questions or if you've got any words of wisdom, I would absolutely love to connect with you guys. And wishing you all a happy Valentine's Day for those of you who are in the States. So let me check in. I've got Darren, awesome, and Alexandra, yay, and Jared's in the house, and Justin and Haru, much love to you, Justin, and Alexandra, holla, my beautiful friend and spirit sister. So good to have you live, beautiful. I hope you had a lovely Valentine's night with Charles, the amazing Charles, and David's here as well, and Judy. Alexandra, super sad, couldn't make the session today, hoping we can make the next one. Absolutely, we absolutely missed you guys, but the recording is up. I promise you, you're going to get so much value from the incredible individuals just like you who stood up with the courage to really dive deep into what's limiting them. And I'm super excited for our next session and see how far you guys have come. So awesome, Alexandria, thank you. And Jared, comfort zones are dead zones. Boom, I love that. That's so good. And Ramon's here, and Matthew and Vanessa. Hey, Matthew, great to see you. And Dennis is here as well. And Alexandria, excellent analogy of the boss and imagery and message resonates. Love hearing that, beautiful. And it's so true, like the number one reason why people leave their job is because of lack of appreciation, right? It's, that's the number one reason. If we're not treating ourselves with that acceptance and that appreciation and honoring ourselves and acknowledging ourselves, we do feel like just checking out of life, right? So it's a serious matter. So I love that analogy rung true for you, beautiful. And Matthew, just been offered some work with an international sporting agent. Congratulations. That is amazing, Matthew. Hope it all goes well for you. Thanks for sharing. And Dennis, yes, no growth in comfort. Thanks for sharing. Absolutely. And we all have these comfort zones. Don't think you're any different. I've got mine that I'm unconscious to. And what it really is they're uncomfortable comfort zones, right? They're the known. They're what we're unconscious to. We don't really know what that loop is for us. And that's why we absolutely need these sort of tools and processes to apply to ourselves so that we can break free and fast track our success and get about living our life in the, saying what we want and actually achieving that, rather than being so, drained and defeated because we keep saying we want something, but it never ends up eventuating. So love that, Dennis. And Jerry, hi Vanessa, always nice to catch you live, to train our mindset to live outside of our comfort zone daily in the now moments will make us more powerful and grateful where the infinite wonders exist. Salute to you all. I love that. Such beautiful words of wisdom, and always appreciate having you join us live, Jerry. Thank you so much. And Alexandra, honest and authentic process sounds very freeing. Still finishing up last portion of Eckhart Tolle's book, The Power of Now. Awesome. And gleaning many gems. Awesome. Appreciate you so much and your recommendation. Oh, I'm so grateful to hear that. That absolutely touches my heart when you guys take up those recommendations. And, that has been a very powerful book that I actually continuously go back to. Every few months, I'm like, go back to that Power of Now, and some other gold nugget hits home. So very, very empowering book. So any of you guys who haven't read Eckhart Tolle's The Power of Now, I really, really encourage you to do so. Awesome. And Matthew, extremely interested with more info regarding masterclass rates. Awesome, Matthew. Can you just shoot me a quick message on Messenger? I'll get all the details over to you. And as I said, now is the time to join because the rates are going up. And today and tomorrow is the last opportunity to lock that in. So any of you guys who've been on the fence, now is the time. So awesome, Matthew. Can't wait to meet you and dive deep with you. And Vanessa, thank you for your words of wisdom once again. Vanessa, you are always welcome. I'm super grateful for you, beautiful. And Wilden's here, and loving that this is resonating with you, Wilden. And Vanessa, monthly masterclasses are packed full of info, highly recommended. Thank you, Vanessa. I so appreciate when you guys who are in the masterclasses do share that with everybody else and give some recommendations. So thank you so much. That is deeply, deeply, deeply appreciated, Vanessa. And I'm super grateful that you've been getting so much value from them. And Michael is here as well. And Alexandra, yes, great Valentine's Day. And Charles had all laundry done and delicious Italian meal with wine ready when I arrived home tonight. He's a keeper. I like it. Never take anything for granted. Perfect words on a special day. I love that, Alexandra. Thanks for sharing. And make sure you give a pat on the back to Charles for me. Done well. And well done. Excellent class. Awesome. Grateful to hear that. So guys, that is my message for you. I really hope that it empowers you and it definitely encourages you to discover what's really going on behind your stuck behavior and behind, what's preventing you from creating and living what you really want in your life. And if you do want that support and those tools, I am absolutely here to support you in any way possible. So reach out if you're interested in joining us in the Limitless Potential Academy monthly masterclasses or in the group coaching sessions that we have. Each happen once a month. So every 2 weeks, if you join both, every 2 weeks we're catching up. And so I can't wait to see you guys. So reach out to me, shoot me a message if you're interested. And as always, guys, I am sending you all of my love, light, blessings, gratitude, energy, enthusiasm, everything extraordinary coming to you to wherever you are in the world today. I really do hope that it's beautiful, amazing, and extraordinary, that you're doing something super empowering, and today's message has definitely served you. Thank you so much to all of you guys who could join live. I so appreciate your compliments and your questions and your wisdom. You are so deeply appreciated. Thanks for the co-creation. And I'm signing off. Bye, Alexandria. I'm sending you guys all of my love, and I'll see you tomorrow.